Messy girl. Hello! This video is going to be weird because I'm going to be folding my laundry. And the only reason I'm doing this is because my sister asked me to. I don't expect very many people to watch this, but if you are curious how I fold my clothes, I know there were some questions when I showed you guys how I was packing to come up here to Alaska. There were a couple of questions. I use the KonMari method to fold my clothes, and so I kind of use my drawers almost as like a filing cabinet so I can see everything. It's all lined up, it's convenient, so I'm not like searching through piles of clothes, because I used to stack my t-shirts like I'm sure most people do, and then I read the KonMari book, and then I started folding my clothes and like filing them, and now I can find everything. It's amazing. But I'm going to be folding my clothes and probably talking the whole time, so if you want to listen to me just babble on for a while I fold my clothes, this video is for you. And if you have no interest in that, then don't watch. But I'm going to be folding my clothes today. I usually like to do this on a flat surface just because I don't like folding clothes on my lap, because my lap isn't big enough for that. Whatever. I've already sorted everything into like stacks. So I've got pants, shirts and sweatshirts, and then like socks and underwear. But pants can be tricky when you fold them. I fold them in half, long ways like this, and then into thirds, because the goal of the KonMari method is to turn everything into a rectangle. So into thirds and then in half, and you get a perfect rectangle. It's really easy once you get the hang of it. It works for all different kinds of clothes, sizes of clothes. Even my mom has gotten into doing this, and she's not the best at folding clothes. It was kind of my idea to start using the KonMari method. When we moved to Florida was when I started reading the KonMari books, and I would actually read her a chapter of the book every night at bedtime. So it was sort of like a bedtime story, but it wasn't a bedtime story. I just read her a chapter every night, and that's how we got through the book. And it was, you know, it worked for us. And so now, like, there were things in the book that we don't use, and now instead of like asking ourselves if something sparks joy, we will ask ourselves, is it shiny? Because like if we're shopping, say at a Disney store, and we see something that we like, a lot of times you want it in the moment, and then you take it home and then you change your mind. You're thinking, why did I buy this? I feel silly. So we will ask ourselves in the moment, is it shiny now? Will it be shiny later? And so a lot of times we end up buying nothing because it's not shiny. We just think it's cool. And I like to look at things, but I don't really necessarily need to have them in my home with me all the time. So with t-shirts, I like to lay it flat. They have those folding, like the plastic t-shirt folding things. I don't have one of those. I just lay it out flat, fold the side in, fold the other side in half, and then in half again. And again, another perfect triangle. And these will stack up like in your drawer like this. So you can see this one says Salty Dog, and I can pick it out by the color and by what's on the front. So it really is a convenient folding system if you have a lot of t-shirts. I don't like to hang my shirts. My dad hangs almost all of his t-shirts, and I think that's weird. I think t-shirts are meant to be folded. And the long sleeve shirts work the exact same way. So I lay it out flat, fold down the sleeve, in half, and in half again. And again, you can see that it says Chiefs, so if it's in a drawer, I know exactly what shirt I'm looking at. Usually, when I'm folding laundry, I like to listen to music or have like a movie or a TV show going, but today I thought I'd do this because my sister was interested. How do you fold your clothes? So this is for Emma. I think my sister Emma is going to be starting a YouTube channel soon, and I can't wait because I think my sister is fantastic and I want her personality on the internet. So this is like a camisole tank top, and so I grab it at like under the armpit so the straps fall down, and then it's easy to turn this into a rectangle from here because you just pretend that the straps aren't there and you fold it over, and then I like to fold these into like quarters, almost like I'm rolling it up. This one's inside out. That's nice. I had to move Missy off of the bed because she was in here napping, and so I took her upstairs to Adam, and he didn't want her either, so I just put her in her own chair upstairs. This shirt is sort of like a spirit jersey. So this method also works for spirit jerseys. You just fold the side in, fold the sleeve down. Perfect rectangle. And they all stack up so nice. And then they fit in a drawer really well. Like the height of the drawer is perfect for these rectangles. And sometimes with shirts like this, I don't even have to lay it down to fold it flat. I can just, and it's so quick. I was watching Justin Zachman on Instagram Live this morning on the Z-Roll Instagram. He was talking about how his son Landon had made a treasure map for the ice cream truck. So he took them on a treasure hunt to look for the ice cream truck. And I don't know how he did it, but they found the treasure, which was ice cream, and it was so sweet. So that made my morning. And then I did a bunch of homework, worked on some Etsy stuff for Sherri's Etsy shop today, because this weekend she and I are gonna work, I hate to say really hard, but we're gonna spend a lot of time working on her Etsy shop this weekend because we're hoping to have a launch next weekend. We're thinking hopefully like the 25th, because that day is significant because of the launch, because we're thinking we'll have a Christmas in July launch. We're thinking that so many Disney vacations have been canceled because of COVID, and we just got news, I think it was yesterday, about the CDC suspending all cruises through the end of September until October, which means that the Leg Life cruise in September was canceled, which is sad. I was supposed to be on that one, if you didn't know. I can't say I'm surprised. I'm disappointed. So now the question is, when do we rebook and for what? I don't know if I would go on the next one. I mean, it all depends on, because like I'm in school now and job hunting, and I just don't know what life is going to be like in May, which is when they're looking at booking. So we're thinking that if vacations have been canceled through the end of September until October, we did Halloween launches, or we did a Halloween launch last month, or in June. Yes. So we're hoping that people are going to start looking forward to Christmas vacations because they haven't been canceled, and a lot of people who have had vacations canceled are moving theirs to November, December. And so we're thinking about holidays, and we're thinking about bringing some magic for that holiday now. I don't know, and it makes me happy to think about Christmas. And if we're, we've got Christmas in July things happening on lots of different channels. I don't know if you watch Lynn, but if you do, Lynn posted a decorating for Christmas vlog today, I think. And it makes me really happy. I love the joy of Christmas and music and glitter. It's beautiful. It makes me happy. And I feel like I need some of that right now. And maybe I'm not alone. And Sherri kind of agrees. So we're thinking Christmas in July launch on the 25th of July. Socks, I I don't fold over for a very specific reason. A lot of people will like put them together and flip the top over, and I just think that stretches out the sock. So I don't stretch them. I lay them one on top of the other, and then I just kind of fold them in half. So there's no stretching happening, there's no sock wearing out, and they're just folded, nested inside of each other. And they're easy to like stack in a drawer just like you would the shirts, because they kind of stand up on their own when you stick them in a drawer with some other things. And this, you know, this works for me. If you don't fold your socks, all your socks are the same, you just toss them in a drawer, I admire you. But I've never been able to throw away socks before it's their time to be thrown away. And so I have a lot of socks that don't match. My favorite socks are these Bombas socks. They're so thick and so cushy. And it's a great company. They do great things. They've sent socks up here to Adam for his for charity purposes. Like, they just sent socks up here for him to give away, and he will keep socks in the door of his Jeep, and when he drives around and sees like a homeless person with a sign, he will like roll down the window and offer them a pair of socks. And I've never seen anyone say no thank you to a pair of clean, dry socks. I imagine it's a luxury they don't get very often. And I do that with all my socks, not just the short ones, but the tall ones too. This has gone really fast, folding my clothes and talking to you. I thought I would be bored and not have anything to talk about, but I have run out of nothing to talk about. I'm going to show you how I fold one pair of underwear, and then I'm going to end this because the underwear is all the same and boring. And yes, I fold my underwear. I fold it into thirds at the top, so it's like a long rectangle, and then in half. It's in a little square, and so they all stack into the drawer, and they're lined up so it's easy to grab a pair, and I don't have to worry about like not knowing how many pairs I have left that are clean. So that's how I fold my clothes. Emma, I hope you liked this video, because I know that you wanted to see this, and if anybody else watched this video, thank you. I hope you learned something, I guess. I don't know. But this is how they will stack up in a drawer, and they almost stand up on their own. This one won't because it's too soft, but it's really nice to have them in a drawer where you can see what they are, because I can see exactly what they are. And if they're stacked like this, I have no idea what's under the Lion King shirt. But if you enjoyed this, if you learned something, I'm glad. It was nice just to get to talk to you guys. I hope you guys are excited about Sherri's Etsy shop launch, because I'm starting to get excited because there's some new designs that are coming that are really, really cool. So I will link her Etsy shop in the description box if you're interested. I make no promises that we're actually going to launch on the 25th, but that's our goal. So I'll try to keep you updated if I can. You'll see me really soon. Bye, everybody.